Thank you, Mr. President. I rise on a point of personal privilege.
The senator has the floor.
Thank you. There continues to be much debate in what is or is not funded in the House and Senate budgets. I submit that the House budget really institutionalizes a war on women, and this would haunt us for generations to come. The House budget defunds Planned Parenthood, although in 2012, over 24,000 Virginians were served by Planned Parenthood clinics across the Commonwealth. Clinics were located in Blacksburg, Charlottesville, Falls Church, Hamden, Richmond, Roanoke, and Virginia Beach. In addition to reducing the number of unwanted pregnancies, these clinics, which often pose significant health risks, these clinics provide access to life-saving preventive measures, such as breast exams, Pap tests, access to birth control, and HIV testing. The House budget removes Medicaid coverage for gross fetal abnormalities. There's no provision for covering the 100,000 women who would be eligible for Marketplace Virginia. We just learned from Senator Stosh what that cohort of women would be. They're not eligible for Medicaid, but they don't make enough money to participate in the marketplace exchange. Given that the civilized world has long realized the benefits of providing easy access to maternal and child health care and all forms of reproductive care, why is Virginia acting like a third world country? This became obvious to me when a lawmaker showed his true thinking by stating that, quote, a pregnant woman is just a host, though some refer to them as mothers, end of quote. This statement demonstrates a total lack of respect for women and a lack of respect for society. Really, it speaks volumes. Thinking like this was behind the transvaginal ultrasound proposal, the personhood bill, the TRAP legislation, and many other extreme measures. I caution you that these extreme measures are way out of line with where Virginians are and how Virginians want their government to act. A Quinnipiac poll in 2012 demonstrated that Virginians opposed the ultrasound requirement by an 11-point margin, 52% to 41%. That same Quinnipiac poll showed Virginians opposed policy initiatives designed to change women's minds about having an abortion by a 51% margin, by 51-point margin, excuse me, 72% to 21%. A CNN poll in 2013 showed Virginians opposed the TRAP regulations by 25 percentage points, 59% to 34%. The Coalition to Protect Women's Health poll done in 2013 found a plurality of Virginians believe abortion should be legal in all or in most cases, 56% to 38%. I ask lawmakers to not place Virginia under an ideological lock. It is time to move forward. We're in the 21st century. Please make policies that are evidence-based policies, and please make policies that really provide mutual respect for all of us. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator. The senator from Northern Fairfax County, Senator Howell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise on a point of personal privilege.
The senator has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Like most women over my life, I've responded to different titles. Miss, Ms., Mrs., more rarely, Senator. And on a personal level, I've responded to Mommy, Mom, and Grandma. But we all know some people use crude and inappropriate names and terms when they refer to women. Yesterday, I heard a new inappropriate and disparaging term, women as a child's host. It's a sad day, Mr. President, with a member of this Senate would use social media to call women such an insensitive term. And it's a sad day, Mr. President, when a member of this Senate would trivialize the difficult medical and moral decisions women have to make by dehumanizing her in this way. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator. The senator from Portsmouth, Senator Lucas.
Mr. President, I rise on a point of personal privilege.
The senator has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, members of the Senate, Virginia has had more than its fair share of vitriolic debate about women's health. We've seen lawmakers, mostly men, making decisions about women and our health, and against our will. This has led to outrageous legislation that was written by people who don't believe women can make their own decisions about their health. The transvaginal ultrasound law came out of this kind of paternalistic thinking. One of my colleagues recently commented that pregnant women are merely hosts, as he described his opposition to abortion. I cannot imagine why he would use that word to describe a pregnant woman. But this is just another sad example of the kind of thinking exemplified by those who would restrict a woman's right to choose. That we can't make our own decisions, that a woman's role is in the bearing of a child, and that anything that disrupts that is against the natural order of things. His remarks may have been a joke to him, perhaps, but not to those of us who are mothers who are referred to as hosts. But it underscores the point. He simply has no idea what he's talking about. He owes Virginia women an apology, and we're waiting, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. The senator from Hampton, Senator Locke.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise on a point of personal privilege.
The senator has the floor.
Mr. President, some of my fellow senators have made remarks about this, so I will be brief. Mr. President, when I learned that one of my colleagues said that a woman who is pregnant is a host, even as a sarcastic remark, something else was being said. It was a degradation of women. That kind of language suggests that women are fundamentally less human than men, and women are subservient. Charitably, I can say that this kind of comment is snide and doesn't get us anywhere. Frankly, it's misogynistic and demeaning. Sometimes when we're on social media and the mask slips, we get to see what people really believe. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator.